Hi, today I want to show you one of our latest new features. It's called Validation Lab. And inside of the Validation Lab, you can run validation projects to validate concepts with different kinds of experiments. So for example, I created a project to validate the idea of an AI innovation platform, and I want to explore the problems a target audience has, and therefore I want to run different kind of interviews. So I create this project, set it up. I can assign a team of multiple experts, but most importantly, I create hypotheses I want to test. I define them and say this is what I believe, those are my assumptions, and I want to test them. Then I can create a panel. In this case, I created a panel head of innovation, and for this panel, I selected one of our synthetic users, Marcus Innovation. He is a synthetic user, a kind of a digital twin of head of innovations, and he is joining this panel. I can add more if I want, but in this case, I want to keep it lean, so I have one synthetic user as a kind of a blueprint. And then I define what will I show them to stimulate them to get a feedback on, and then I go into experiments. In this case, I created an experiment. It's an interview. I can also create other experiments like landing pages, advertisements, whatever. In this case, I want to run interviews, and as you can see, I set up the interview fully automatically, and then it executed the interviews, and it runs multiple interviews until it discovers there's a bit of a saturation curve. So when he runs interviews, then you don't want to run interviews 100 times, 200 times or whatever, so you want to keep it smart. So therefore you run interviews as long as you will not discover more new topics. There's a saturation. So you have a questionnaire, so you set up the whole experiment. It's completely automated, also with our questions. You can also add your own questions or change questions, up to you. So you design the experiment, then you run it fully automated, and then you see, okay, in this case it run 8 times, 8 interviews, not with the same person. It took the person as a blueprint, but based on behavioral settings. It's going also for outliers, it's going for edges, etc. And it tries to discover also edge cases, etc. So different kind of themes. And then here you see the results. It discovered the top 10 themes discovered across all of those interviews, or you can find what are the top themes discovered per question. So for each question, it lists you what has he understood from the feedback, what are the top things. Then he also gives you a feedback on validation dimensions. So what is the awareness level, the impact score, the problem severity, etc. And you also see how good is this covered by your hypothesis. So is this fully supporting your hypothesis? Is it partially supporting your hypothesis? So you get also a feedback regarding your hypothesis, and then you can go further into key findings. So you see them, what have you learned, and if you want to further go deep, you can also click and go into each transcript of each single interview conducted. And the best part is also that you can export the whole thing into a pretty nice looking PowerPoint with a wire click, and then you have it presentable on your desk and you can further use it. You can also rerun the interview or extend the number of interviews. I can click here, and then you see it will starting to further interview people. Now you see the progress bar here, about 16 additional interviews, and let's wait until the interviews are finished, and then we will see what else the interviews will reveal, and what we can learn from that, and see if we can learn more from the interviews. So 11 out of 16 done. so it should be finished very soon. See also a bit of a live updating here. So let's see, 14 out of 16. Synthesizing the insights. And here we go. So now you see he completed 16 interviews and not those many more themes discovered. You can go in and yeah, you can read everything by yourself and you get a good feedback.